Also through Henry County, moving into Spalding County. Some lightning, and this is moving slowly to the south. So heads up for you folks in Fayette County, also into Spalding County. This could be moving in your direction. Also some a little bit south of that, back into Meriwether County, back into Pike County. Some thunderstorms in that direction too. Want to show you this. This is a developing storm system that's just developed in the last 15 minutes or so near Stone Mountain, just a little bit south of the Lilburn area. And heavier showers and a few thunderstorms that are beginning to weaken now near Flowery Branch in the Gainesville area near Lake Lanier. If we take it back 3 hours, it looked pretty good over the city and around across the metro. But just in the last hour or so, we saw the pop-up showers and thunderstorms mostly south of the city. Very little movement with it, but you can expect some heavy rain, lightning, and also the possibility that this could intensify over the course of the next hour or so. We're keeping track of it. We'll let you know how long this will last and whether it'll continue through tomorrow. That's coming up in my 7-day forecast.
All right, Paul, thank you very much. We'll talk again here shortly. And for your weather alerts, the moment they happen, download our free CBS 46 News app. Text CBS 46 to 23765. Protesters gathered tonight outside the MLK Federal Building in downtown Atlanta.
Yeah, they're there because they're angry about President Trump's summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin. CBS 46's Kim Passoff is at the Federal Building right now. And Kim, they've been out there for hours.
That's right. We were live at 6 o'clock at the start of this protest, and about 100 people showed up tonight. Take a look behind me. You can see just a few protesters left here. Most of the crowd has gone home. This was one of just many protests across the country, though. People holding up signs saying things like Trump betrays us and impeach Trump. It comes days after the Helsinki summit. Organizers here calling the president's meeting with Vladimir Putin, quote, treachery in Finland. In his meeting with the Russian president, Trump seemingly sided with Russia over the U.S. intelligence community about Russian meddling in the 2016 U.S. election. Though the president later said that he misspoke on the international stage, many here just don't believe him and want him out of office.
Vote 110 days. Unite.
I think he embarrassed America so bad with Putin, and he acted so big when he's not around him.
Your vote matters. And they want you to believe that it doesn't.
We have to take to the streets. I don't know what else to do.
And we spoke to the organizer of this event. She says this is the first time she's ever put anything like this together. Coming up at 11, we'll tell you about her personal motivation and what it has to do with the federal courthouse. For now, we're reporting live. Kim Passoff, CBS 46 News.
All right, Kim, we'll look for that at 11 o'clock. We've seen a big police presence at recent protests. How about tonight?
Yeah, there was a huge police presence out here tonight. For about the 100 protesters who were out here, there was about 20 police officers. We know that just a couple weeks ago during the immigration protest that things got violent outside of the Atlanta City Detention Center, so they wanted to make sure that nothing like that happened again. A lot of police officers out here for this protest tonight. Sharon?
Kim Passoff tonight. We'll see you for CBS 46 News at 11. Thank you, Kim. And in just 10 minutes, a CBS News exclusive, fallout from Helsinki. President Trump going one-on-one with CBS News anchor Jeff Glor. Mr. Trump's new mixed messages about President Putin coming up at 9:15. Thomas?
Sharon, that's an interview we all want to see. So it may be the biggest endorsement yet in Georgia's gubernatorial race. Today, President Donald Trump did get involved. He's endorsing Brian Kemp for the Republican nomination. The president tweeted his support earlier today. Brian is tough on crime, strong on the border and illegal immigration. He loves our military and our vets and protects our Second Amendment. I give him my full and total endorsement. New at 9 o'clock, Kemp responded.
We are just continuing to build off momentum. We've had it for a long time. This obviously will step it up to a whole new level, and we got to take advantage of that.
All right, so not to be outdone, we have Casey Cagle tweeting out his own reaction to this, saying, no hard feelings, real Donald Trump. I look forward to receiving your endorsement against the Democrats in November, as I did for you. Wish at Brian Kemp GA could say he did the same.
So there's that. Yep, Thomas. As for the race for lieutenant governor now, Senator David Schaefer is getting big support tonight. Governor Nathan Deal endorsed him today. Schaefer is running against Jeff Duncan in Tuesday's runoff. Duncan has responded to the governor's endorsement already. He says in part, quote, Republican voters want policy over politics under the Gold Dome. And David Schaefer does not represent that. Now, the winner of the runoff will, of course, take on the Democratic nominee, Sarah Riggs, Amico, in the general election in November. Early voting, not much time left, but you do have, well, a little bit. Ahead of the runoff on Tuesday, you have until Friday, this Friday, to cast your ballot before Election Day. We've posted a full list of the races in the runoff. All the information's on our free CBS 46 app. You can also find early voting locations. That is key, not your normal polling place. That's in the app too. Text CBS 46 to 23765.
The city of Stockbridge went to court today trying to prevent a November vote to split the city apart and create the new city of Eagles Landing. Now, both sides argued whether the bills that created the referendum were constitutional. After 2 hours, the judge decided not to grant an injunction, and it will go to the state Supreme Court next.
Every time this bill gets kicked further down the road, you think that there should be a common sense, sensible decision make, and everyone keeps saying, well, I'm not going to make that decision. I'm going to kick it down the road and let someone else make that decision.
The city of Stockbridge will ask the state Supreme Court to expedite the review process in hopes that a hearing is held before the November election.
So far this year in Georgia, there have been 23 suicides of young people. We're talking under the age of 18. It is an alarming number. And now there is a joint effort underway to reduce that. The Georgia Child Fatality Review Panel believes awareness is the key. And they now, along with other agencies, are putting together a series of public service announcements. They're aimed at helping children who are struggling. This one was just released today.
He kind of just masked some of his deepest, darkest struggles with mental health. And that's what's very common, and it's very eye-opening for a lot of parents to pay close attention to that, some of the signs that we don't see, because there's a lot of signs.
If you or someone you know is struggling with thoughts of suicide, you can call the Georgia Crisis Hotline at the number right there at the bottom of the screen. It's available 24/7. The calls are free and they are confidential.
Police raided 18 homes in a major Gwinnett County drug trafficking bust, and it all started at 6 a.m. Officers fanning out across Gwinnett and walking out with more than they expected. Tonight, bags of marijuana and grow equipment, they are off the streets, plus hundreds of thousands of drug money has been seized. Neighbors certainly noticed all that activity.
It's frightening to know that, there's people that have, drugs stashed and who knows what else.
So officers made at least 7 arrests. They expect to make more as the investigations continue.
People who live inside a Southwest Atlanta apartment complex plagued with problems are demanding change tonight. Tenants at the Forest Cove Apartments held this rally, and they marched with a demand letter in hand to the apartment complex office. Now, these residents say that the issues that don't get fixed include mold, leaks, and rodents, too. They also have concerns, they say, about crime inside the complex. Some tenants say they're not going anywhere. They want to help turn this thing around rather than leave. The office was closed when that group arrived. They left the letter, though, and they say they won't give up.
The struggle over here for 5 years, and I want to be a part of the rehabilitation, the improvement of Forest Cove. And so I just said, no, I'm going to stay and fight.
Well, the office was closed, as we said, and they did leave, once again, that demand letter. They're asking for a lot of changes here. Of course, we'll stay on it.
To our south in Florida now, where protesters staged a die-in today, demanding that ICE be shut down. All right, so as you can see here, several demonstrators blocking a street near the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Building in Miramar, Florida. That's near Miami. Tents marked "Shut Down ICE" were nearby to give shade from the blazing hot sun from the day. Now, you'll likely recall how an immigration protest ended outside the Atlanta City Jail several weeks ago. Police moved in on the 15 protesters who had camped out there, refusing to leave. Police tore down their tents after telling them they had violated the city's urban camping law. One protester was arrested.
Alicia Roberts is tracking what's trending online tonight.
All right, Alicia, Delta in the headlines buzzing throughout social media.
Yeah, once again tonight. So yesterday we told you about the Delta and Korean Air partnership. Now tonight, 4 former Delta employees who were fired in May of this year say they were singled out for speaking Korean. They claim a manager said other agents complained about them speaking in their native language and asked them to limit their speaking of Korean. Those former employees are now filing a discrimination and retaliation lawsuit that claims in part that other employees spoke languages other than English and were not singled out. Delta saying the claims are unsubstantiated and that the 4 employees were fired for offering unauthorized upgrades.
Now to this, Build-A-Bear giving its Pay Your Age promotion another go. Despite last week's chaos that prompted many stores to close early, the toy company announced Bonus Club customers, listen to this, can still buy a birthday treat bear for the same price as their age during their birthday month. The company already issued $15 vouchers to those who were turned away from the original promotion. The CEO has been making TV headlines, really kind of apologizing to customers, hoping maybe this will offer some favorable press. Now, we'll have more of what's trending coming up. Thomas, Sharon.
All right, Alicia, thanks so much. CBS 46 is everywhere tonight. Investigators are waiting for autopsy results on a mother and her infant son, 7 months old, found dead inside their Cherokee County home. Another child, a 2-year-old, was found nearby, not hurt. Originally, deputies checked on 31-year-old Holly Whitley after her family became concerned when they did not hear from her. A brand new picture of the fake grenade found at a Buckhead business. We were live on the scene, remember, on Monday. A lot of activity there at the Hertz rental car location on Peachtree Road, Northeast. Police say someone called them after finding what appeared to be a grenade inside a vehicle that was returned. Officers evacuated several businesses. That was just as a precaution before they removed that device.
Police in Southeast continue ramping up their efforts to get drivers to slow down. You probably heard about it. It's called Operation Southern Shield, and this week-long project targets speeders across Alabama, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, and Tennessee. Just be aware, this crackdown runs through Sunday.
Coming up on the news at 9.
You hold him personally responsible.
CBS goes face-to-face with President Trump after he goes face-to-face with Putin.
Delta calling all pilots, even if you're not one.
Lurking in the water could be a shark after something chewed on a girl's leg.
Cameras that scan your child's face at summer camp.
Black smoke for miles. What's burning in North Carolina?
Love triangle, a dog and a goose and a jealous duck.
For sale, a rocket suit sure to impress your friends. I have to have it.
I have to have this answer to the jealous duck story.
Oh, there's that
and
one
the sit-down that Jeff Glor has with our president.
You see, there's so much you don't want to miss. Thanks for watching CBS 46 News at 9 on Peachtree TV.
As we go to break, let's take a live look outside as we see a beautiful shot of Midtown Atlanta. And there's a night light sky out there.
It's beautiful.
What are we doing in here?
Never gets old. Should we take the show on the road?
We should. We're back in a minute.
They're terrorizing a Metro Atlanta neighborhood. Just look at it. All of it caught on video here. At least 4 and possibly 8 armed attackers. And they're breaking into cars. They are threatening people's lives.
Now, they led Conyers police on this dramatic chase, and against all odds, every single one of them got away. CBS 46's Dante Renzulli speaks to a victim who came face-to-face with an AK-47.
Just as people were waking up to go to work, a team of bandits was already at work, breaking into their cars.
Just went through every car and just ransacked it.
This surveillance video shows some of the men trying to pry open doors with a crowbar. They hit nearly every car in sight and did a ton of damage.
And I come out in the streets flooded with cops, and I look down, I look both sides, and, cars were parked outside, the windows were shattered.
Someone tried to steal my car and break in the house.
Shortly after Diane Strauss made this 911 call, one of the robbers threatened her life.
When I opened the shutters, he pointed the gun at me.
It's hard to see in this grainy surveillance video, but the man at the center of the screen is pointing an AK-47 pistol at Strauss, who's doing nothing more than just looking out her window.
I have been very unnerved all day.
Police arrive seconds after that encounter, spotting the thieves in the act, but the whole crew jumps into separate cars, and this is where the pursuit begins.
The cars, like a black SUV, white sedan.
The men in the white car crash on the side of the road, and soon they're all piling into the black SUV. Police take the opportunity to try a pit maneuver. But it only lands the SUV on the opposite side of the median, where they have no qualms about going against the flow of traffic. The chase eventually ends up on I-20, where police call it off for the safety of other drivers.
Disengage. If it's in danger for other people, disengage.
But it just so happens the gang stopped into a nearby gas station right before the crimes, and 4 of the men's faces were caught close up. For a longer look, these photos will be on CBS46.com. In Conyers, I'm Dante Renzulli.
Yeah, if you want to get another look at those, stay with CBS 46 for updates on the hunt for the attackers. Those pictures are on our free app. You can download it by texting CBS 46 to 23765. Seems like we're getting more and more of these brazen, crimes.
All caught on video.
Yeah.
All caught on video.
There you go. Well, new tonight for the first time in public, President Trump blames Russian President Vladimir Putin for meddling in the 2016 U.S. elections.
All right, so it's pretty stunning if you've been following the bouncing ball on this over just the last 72 hours. So just a few hours ago, CBS News' anchor, Jeff Glor, sat down with the president. Not only did he discuss the threat to the upcoming midterms, he also asked the president what exactly he and Putin talked about in their 2-hour closed-door meeting.
You say you agree with U.S. intelligence that Russia meddled in the election in 2016.
Yeah, and I've said that before, Jeff. I have said that numerous times before. And I would say that that is true, yeah.
But you haven't condemned Putin specifically. Do you hold him personally responsible?
Well, I would, because he's in charge of the country, just like I consider myself to be responsible for things that happen in this country. So certainly, as the leader of a country, you would have to hold him responsible, yes.
What'd you say to him?
Very strong on the fact that we can't have meddling, we can't have any of that. Now, look, we're also living in a grown-up world. Will a strong statement, President Obama supposedly made a strong statement, nobody heard it. Here is the statement he made to Putin's very close friend, and that statement was not acceptable. Didn't get very much play, relatively speaking, but that statement was not acceptable. But I let him know we can't have this, we're not going to have it, and that's the way it's going to be.
But he denies it, so if you believe U.S. intelligence agencies, is Putin lying to you?
I don't want to get into whether or not he's lying. I can only say that I do have confidence in our intelligence agencies as currently constituted. I think that Dan Coats is excellent. I think that Gina is excellent. I think we have excellent people in the agencies. And when they tell me something, it means a lot.
Coats says the threat is ongoing. Do you agree with that?
Well, I'd accept him. I mean, he's an expert. This is what he does. He's been doing a very good job. I have tremendous faith in Dan Coats. And if he says that, I would accept that. I will tell you, though, it better not be. It better not be.
So the president's saying a lot, as you called it, a bouncing ball, because it's a lot of back and forth with him. You can see the entire CBS exclusive interview with President Trump on our own CBS 46 News app. Download it for free. Text CBS 46 to 23765.
And great job by Jeff Glor getting this sit down, because all the other network shows picked it up right after the embargo released. Alicia Roberts continuing this conversation for us tonight.
Alicia, Mark Zuckerberg is trending again tonight.
Yeah, that's right. The Facebook CEO coming under fire for refusing to ban Holocaust deniers on Facebook. Zuckerberg made the controversial statement in an interview with tech site Redcode, saying, in quote, I'm Jewish, but there's a set of people who deny that the Holocaust happened. He goes on to say that while he finds the denials, quote, deeply offensive, he says he does side with free speech. Meanwhile, social media rival Twitter criticizing his position, calling it, quote, spineless and supportive of conspiracy theories and fake news. And now to this, the Girl Scouts announcing they're going to offer 30 new badge programs that focus on STEM, including robotics, science, and engineering, and that's for girls from ages who are in kindergarten through 5th grade. The badges hope to drive recruitment for the Girl Scouts after the Boy Scouts of America announced earlier this year that they will begin welcoming girls in February 2019. Thomas, Sharon?
Alicia, thank you. Yeah, that is, right? So we'll see what happens.
And Girl Scout cookies? What's your favorite Girl Scout cookie?
I love a Thin Mint. Shortbread.
Samoa's.
Okay, let's do all of those. Just not this mess, Thomas. The Girl Scouts wouldn't approve, and neither do we. CBS 46 advocating and getting results for DeKalb County neighborhood after homeowners got fed up with their local government. Just look at that. Neighbors in one Stone Mountain community, they told us, well, they couldn't get code enforcement to help clean up this blighted property. But after our investigation, crews, well, they arrived. They started the overdue cleanup of that area.
That is fantastic, by the way.
Did I hear you talking about Girl Scout cookies?
You did, yes.
Well,
and I don't know if it was appropriate for me at that time right there to be bringing up Thin Mints and Samoas. I apologize.
Every year I get coerced into buying them. I say, okay, only one. Okay, two. Okay, 5 boxes of each.
Then you have a trunk load.
I end up spending $237.83.
Well, they got to last until the following year when you reload up.
They only last through the weekend. They last through the weekend.
Try to put them in the freezer. That doesn't work.
All right, so speaking of the weekend, you've got the weather forecast for this week and what's coming up for the weekend, too.
Was it just nice this afternoon? There was nothing out, then all of a sudden it could just change like that.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what the radar
I
is
got to
doing.
walk from the car into the building and not break a sweat.
Oh, wow.
Well,
that's called San Diego. So if you're there, nice little breeze off the ocean. Man, how about those days? Here's the way it looks on our CBS 46 radar. That line of showers and thunderstorms mostly south of the city. You can see it there, though. It's climbing and moving a little bit closer to Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. As you can see, that line extends all the way into Clayton County, Henry County, Fayette County, now into Spalding County. It is moving slowly, but it's expanding to the north at times. So you can see Irondale there, Sunnyside rather. There's Forest Park a little bit to the north. As we zoom a little bit tighter, you can see those heavier showers right over Jonesboro now. Folks in Jonesboro, heavy rain, lightning, possibility of wind gusts 20 to 30 miles per hour. And a little bit south of that, as we mentioned before, Pike and Lamar counties back into the Griffin area, getting some showers. We'll expand it out because there's the ones in Pike and back into Meriwether County near Woodbury, lifting and drifting to the south. So heads up for you folks in Upson County and Thomaston for some showers. Saw this one right over Stone Mountain. No lightning with it, but some spotty to moderate rain in places in DeKalb County. And same for you folks in Hall County. This one right by Lake Lanier. We're seeing some showers, and we did see a thunderstorm with that. That has weakened in the last few hours. 3 hours ago, looking sweet. I mean, you could go out, you wouldn't hardly notice anything. But then the buildup of those showers and thunderstorms, just numerous lines of instability, and just these, anytime you're talking about unsettled weather and a little bit of heat during the day, these pop-up thunderstorms are still out there, despite the fact we didn't see a lot in the afternoon. So definitely out there for the remainder of the evening, though once again, do their thing, go away, and then we'll see maybe some more popping up somewhere else. Just watching what's around the metro area, though, right now. Here's the overall pattern. You see the line almost from Jackson, Mississippi, into Alabama near Montgomery, all the way to Macon. That's where we've seen the majority of those showers and a few thunderstorms today, but those isolated ones now developing near the city and around the metro area, tracking those to the south very slowly. Here's the way it looks on the Futurecast as we get to overnight and through tomorrow morning. More of the same. I think some daytime-driven showers and a few thunderstorms as we see them lifting into Cobb County, Paulding County. This is by about 5 o'clock. And as we get into 6 and 7 o'clock, still out there. So just like today, we could see some more showers and maybe a few thunderstorms for the afternoon and evening. Those temperatures did warm well into the 90s today. 79 now in Canton. We're looking at 86 degrees at Hartsfield-Jackson, 79 in Athens, 81 in Covington, upper 70s for Carrollton and LaGrange. You folks in Rome, 83 degrees. You warmed into the mid-90s today. In North Georgia, a bit more comfortable when you're looking at Ellijay and Dahlonega at 73 degrees and 74 in Clayton. So our 7-day forecast, more the same for tomorrow. Scattered showers, a few thunderstorms, temperatures near 90. I think our best chance of rain and thunderstorms will be Saturday, and maybe some strong storms with that, and isolated showers and thunderstorms for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, with high temperatures near 88 to 89 degrees. So we're going to be sweating for a little bit. Until
Not
maybe,
Thomas,
but
never.
But see you in September.
It's more like always.
Yeah.
Oh, Thomas. Well, some video, though, we have to show you. This is what we do. We just call the best video and we bring it to you. We serve it up.
I know, and it would be a good idea to get out of the water, but first, maybe take a selfie. I don't know. Get the video of this.
Yeah,
this is what people are seeing. A water spout, not just one, but two of them, and they live to talk about it.
A big game for small businesses. How the NFL helped a local cafe owner get a hookup for Atlanta's Super Bowl.
A massive pilot shortage is having a rippling effect across the country. I'll tell you what it means for you and your wallet.
You don't necessarily feel like you're seeking justice. You feel like you're fighting against everything and everybody.
Tonight at 11, what do you do when the justice system lets you down? One man is asking that question tonight after he says an accused child rapist was given a low bond and the opportunity to abuse again. It's another investigation you'll see only right here on CBS 46. It's tonight, all new at 11.